Well, he does come from the conservative wing of an already conservative party, and religion is very much part of his DNA. Upon the announcement of his victory, he thanked Almighty God, and in the past he has spoken of his proud belief in the theory of young earth creationism, the belief that the earth was created by God 6,000 years ago. At the same time, though, he has got a good reputation for working well with his nationalist colleagues in the Northern Irish government and with his counterparts in the government in Dublin too. But although we now know that Edwin Poots will be the next leader of the Democratic Unionist Party, there is still a certain amount of uncertainty about who will actually be in charge in Northern Ireland, because he has said he does not want to be First Minister. He wants to help build the party and to pick someone else to occupy the top job of who will be in charge. Whoever that person is, dealing with the Northern Ireland Protocol is clearly the biggest issue for the DUP and the Unionist constituency in general. The predecessor, the incumbent occupant of that office, Arlene Foster, was accused of being too soft in her opposition to the protocol. And no matter what the new leadership does, it's worth remembering that Northern Ireland is in a pretty permanent state of coalition, and the other parties, namely the main nationalist party, Sinn Féin, will have to be happy with whatever direction the new leadership takes. If they don't, they could walk away, and that could bring about perhaps another election in Northern Ireland, at which point it could perhaps turn out that this gambit by members of the DUP to replace their leader might not have paid off, because with demographics shifting the way they are after the next election, which is currently scheduled for the spring of next year, there could indeed be a nationalist majority in the Northern Irish administration, in the Northern Irish Parliament, and that would involve a changeover in power in the First Minister's office. So Edwin Poots has said one of his missions is reuniting unionism, but increasingly, although Unionists agree on their desire to remain in the UK, they're increasingly divergent on social issues. Younger Unionists feeling incredibly alienated from the DUP stance on things like gay marriage and abortion. So I think certainly the story of Edwin Poots and the future leadership of Northern Ireland and its Unionist community certainly doesn't end here.
Tiger, now the other story you've been covering today, closely intertwined with this one, of course, is that meeting between Boris Johnson and his Irish counterpart, Micheál Martin. What's come out of their talks?
Not a lot, I would say, Tokes. I mean, they were never going to solve all the issues on their agenda over a short lunch. Lots to talk about between them, about managing the pandemic, for example. There's talk of a travel bubble emerging between them, and the thorny issue related to Northern Ireland with how to deal with legacy prosecutions from killings which happened during the Troubles, and the efforts by prosecutors to hold people to account for that. There has been talk that the UK wants to bring in an amnesty, particularly for army veterans who are liable for prosecution. But that talk has been dampened down of late, and in number 10 Downing Street's readout from the meeting, they're no longer talking about an amnesty, certainly not in the readout, talking about delivering for victims, seeking to aid truth recovery and helping Northern Ireland's communities in the future. And certainly the highly contentious issue of the Northern Ireland Protocol wasn't even mentioned by name in Downing Street's account of what they talked about. They did talk about upholding the Northern Irish peace deal and maintaining smooth trade between Ireland and the UK. Interestingly, the last time that Boris Johnson hosted the Irish leader at his country estate in Chequers, it was Micheál Martin's predecessor, Leo Varadkar, and after that meeting, Boris Johnson changed his opposition to a solution such as the Northern Ireland Protocol. Here we are now, 6 months into its operation, and even after this meeting, still no solution in sight to the problems which have transpired with it.